Hello, Alaska. I hope you're out there. My name is Kim, and I work here in the admissions office in Provo, and I'm going to be your host for the evening. So here I am in the studio. I'm going to introduce some of my coworkers who are here with me. First, I have Levi. He's my moderator for the evening, and he's going to help feed me some of your questions, and hopefully we can answer some of the questions that you have. Also, I have Kelton. He's the magic behind the scenes. He's making sure that everything runs. And then we've got Abby. Woohoo! There she is, so cute, helping with the screens. So this is what we've got right here in the studio. Outside, we've got a few of my coworkers, and they are going to be answering all of your questions. So as this proceeds, even though I'm not live with you in Alaska, we do want to have this be as interactive as possible. So hopefully you are already tuned in to the stream.byu.edu, and what you can do is down at the bottom there's a chat feature. If you have any questions or comments, that's where you'll want to plug your questions and comments in, and we will respond, and Levi, the moderator, will help feed those to me so that we can help address those and you can get those answered. Also, during this event, we are going to do some fun giveaways. So, Levi, do you want to show me some fun things that we have to give to our viewers tonight?
We have sweatshirts, hoodies, I guess. Sorry.
A BYU hoodie.
We have t-shirts. We have water bottles. These are a hit. These are BYU admissions exclusives. And I think that's what we have. This computer. No, we don't have this computer.
You can't. Don't give away your computer. You need that. Okay, so that's what we've got. To get it started, if you are watching, I would like to know what high school you're from. So if you can go to that stream.byu.edu and just type in what high school you're watching from, then we can hopefully give away something right off the bat. The next thing is to register for the event. Hopefully you all have registered, but if you haven't, go ahead and do that now. It's virtualevent.byu.edu, and this is how you can stay in tune with all of the admissions information, and then it's just a good way to keep tabs of what's going on here at campus. All right, so the way that this evening is going to work is we are going to go through the top 8 questions that BYU admissions office gets, and we'll work our way through them, and hopefully we'll address some of the questions that you have already had going on in your mind. But like I said, if there's something that we don't talk about that you want me to address, make sure you type it in and we'll try to answer it. Levi.
We have our first winner.
Yes, tell me.
Miss Jenna Christensen is quick draw on the keyboard.
All right, Miss Jenna. And what are we going to send to Jenna?
We're going to send to Jenna a water bottle. She can email us her address.
Kelton will throw up the email address. There you go, admissions@byu.edu. Jenna, please let us know which color water bottle you want, and then tell us where to send it.
They don't come in red, Jenna.
Not red. We bleed blue. So blue or silver. Let us know which color you want. All right, let's get started. The first question and topic for the evening is, how do I choose a major or a school to attend? This is a really big question, and we don't expect you to have all the answers just yet. I've got a quick little video that will hopefully settle some of your nerves and help you on that path.
Most high school graduates don't know what they want to study in college, and that's okay. Most college students change their major at least once before they graduate. Even though you don't have to know exactly what you want to study in college, it's a good idea to narrow it down. The 369 plan is designed to help you choose what you might like to study in college and which schools you could apply to. We recommend you start by identifying 3 areas of interest, and answering these questions will help you make that list. What are you good at? What do you enjoy? How is the job market in that field? What problems or issues do you want to help solve? Next, make a list of schools that teach your areas of interest. Apply to 6 of these schools. Your 6 schools should include a couple of match schools where you'll probably be accepted, but you don't know for sure. Some can be long shots, because why not? And you should include a couple of safety schools too, where you're very likely to get in just in case. You'll have a lot more than 6 possible schools, so to help you narrow things down, we recommend you have 9 key questions to ask about them. Although everyone will pick a different set of key questions, the one we suggest you do ask is, can I take institute or religion classes there? The final step is to ask those key questions of your 6 schools. As you go through the answers, you might eliminate some schools, making room for others that might suit you better. And that's the 369 plan. If you aren't accepted to your first choice of school, that's okay, because you've applied to 6. If you start one major and don't like it, that's okay. You have at least 2 others to try. Bonus tip, add yourself to the mailing lists at each of the schools you have selected and visit the campuses if you can.
All right, hopefully that was helpful for you. Just to throw it out there to get some chats going, if you know what school was the long shot video, the long shot school that was in her hand in the video, you should tell me what that was. Also, Levi had a question for Margie and Brian out there from Soldotna High School. We don't know if we're saying that right, so try to pronounce it in the chat, you know, phonetically. Yes,
Yeah, we have
phonetically
college
sound that
degrees.
out. Tell us if we're saying that right. Is it Soldotna High School? Okay. For the how to pick a major, the next thing that we have to offer you from University Advisement, we have these major snippets. And these are just 2 to 6 minute videos, and they talk to professors here on campus and talk about the classes and what the major entails, and then also kind of what jobs that you can get after you receive a degree in that major. So these are a really good resource if you're looking through your admissions guide and you see, oh, that major sounds good, but I don't really know what that means or what I would do with it. Check these out, and they can be a great resource to you as you're searching different options. Okay, the next one is, what does BYU look for? So this is like the magic question, right? BYU is an academically rigorous school, and so we are looking for those who have prepared themselves academically to be here. I'm just going to flash these scores up. These are our admits by ACT score for last year. And what I want to point out is that over 50% of those who were admitted last year did score below a 30. And we admit a wide range of scores, and we don't want you to count yourself out. So a high score doesn't guarantee that you'll get in, but a low score doesn't guarantee that you won't get in. And that goes for the same with the GPAs. And let me just flash that bar graph up for you right now, just so you can get an idea of kind of how you compare to those who were admitted last year. Now, that being said, BYU has what's called a holistic review. And that means that we look at all the parts of the application, not just your academic scores. And I have a short video that will help demonstrate what this means. All right. The next question is, who can tell me the name of the group that sang in that piece? But admissions we look at your application the same way that we listen to music. We listen to all the parts. And when you ask the question of, well, which note is the most important when you're looking at a piece of music, there is no most important part. We look at all the notes, we listen to all the notes, all the different instruments all at the same time, and that's what makes music so enjoyable to listen to. And that's the same when we're looking at your application. It's not just one piece, we're looking at all the parts at the same time so that we get the whole picture of who you are and all of the great things that you're doing inside of school and out. So, but Levi, we have a winner for Hogwarts. That was the answer. And tell me, who is the winner?
We've got my man Brian Kingry.
Brian, congratulations. It was Hogwarts. We think that we're funny sometimes, and we try to throw those Easter eggs in there, so good job on picking that up. Send us your email right here to admissions.byu.edu and your address and what size t-shirt you'd like.
We also have Landon Steiner, who got Noteworthy.
Oh,
That was the
and
correct
Noteworthy,
answer.
Landon. Okay, so we got two winners right there, Brandon and Landon.
No, Brian.
Oh,
and
sorry,
Landon.
Brian and Landon. So send us your information, tell us what size t-shirt you want, and we'll get that sent out to you. All right, going back to admissions. So, which note is most important? Which class is most important? Which extracurricular activity is the most important? Just like when you're listening to music, there's not one thing that's most important. What's the best thing to remember is that we want to know what's important to you. What drives you? Why do you do the things that you do? And how is it making you become the best person that you can be? BYU does have 4 aims of a BYU education, and these are spiritually strengthening, intellectually enlarging, character building, and they all lead to lifelong learning and service. We want to see that when you come here, that we will help you develop in those 4 areas. When you're applying, the more that you can incorporate those 4 ideals into your essays and into your activities to show that those 4 things are already important to you, the stronger that it'll help your application. Because as you come to campus, we will strive to help you develop in all 4 areas. All right,
I just have to note, Miss
Levi.
Seneca Slocum, I think we have a soprano in the house because she says the most important note is actually the note at the top of the phrase. That's your typical soprano attitude.
There's
there.
a soprano for you. Nice.
Are there any other notes other than the ones that I sing? Right?
See, my husband would disagree because he's a bass.
Oh.
And so he's the one that keeps it going.
See?
Yeah.
Do we have any altos in the house? That's the question.
Or tenors.
Yeah, or tenors.
Or
Stand up for yourselves.
mezzo-sopranos, or they're all important. All the pieces are important. All right, any application tips? Hopefully there are some of you out there right now that have already started your application, and hopefully these application tips will help you. So let's get going. First one, challenging coursework. BYU, like I said, is an academically rigorous school. We want to see that you're pushing yourself, that you're challenging yourself academically, and that you are preparing yourself to take college level courses. And then also seminary. We love seminary. Not only is it good for you to help develop in your testimony of Jesus Christ, but BYU is a religious school and we require religious courses, so that will transfer right over and you'll be ready to continue your study of the gospel daily when you're here on campus. The only difference is maybe it won't be at like 5 o'clock in the morning. You might have your class in the middle of the day, so that's kind of great. Next, essays and activities. Okay, so here's where you get to pick some activities and experiences that are most meaningful to you. Don't try to answer your questions based on what you think that we're looking for. We want to know about you. We want to know why you are doing the things that you do, and that's what is meaningful to us. Next is avoid repetition. If you use the same example in every essay, then that's the only thing that we're going to get to know about you. So try to show everything that you do and show, use different examples to represent your best self. The last one, and maybe the most important, pay attention, is grammar and spelling. Please proofread your essays. Also make sure that you're answering the prompt questions and that these are college essays. We want them to be polished and we want to show that you're ready for the college experience. Next on your application are your recommendations. So we do have 4 recommendations. The first one is your ecclesiastical endorsement. This is an interview with your bishop and a member of the stake presidency, and they will endorse you or do not endorse. So make sure you get those started soon. It might take a week or 2 to have that appointment to get in and have that interview. So get that part started. Next is your seminary. This is going to be an email that's sent to your current seminary teacher, and they will fill out that recommendation. And then the last 2, you have a little bit of leeway of who gets to be your recommender. The first one is high school. This is a current high school teacher that is, well, from your junior or senior year in the 3 core subjects, so math, science, or English. And you can choose any teacher that fits into that category. And the last one is other. And this can be a coach, it can be a young men, young women leader, it can be a seminary teacher from another year, or a high school teacher from a different subject that maybe doesn't fall into those core subjects. Anyone that you want, as long as they're not related. Okay, we already know your mom and dad think you're great. We just want to see that someone else also thinks you're great.
We hope they think you're great.
We hope they think you're great.
Yeah. No, they probably are good.
They think you're great. Next are your recommended classes. So these are pretty typical for most universities. They recommend 2 years of a foreign language, 2 to 3 years of your lab and social sciences, and then 4 years of math and English. Again, they're not required. They are just the recommended courses. This will just help prepare you for the coursework here at BYU. Next is the self-reporting transcripts. So this can be a little bit tricky because every school grades a little bit differently. Courses are named different things. So what you'll do is you'll get an official transcript from your high school secretary, and then as you go through, you'll just make sure that you put exactly what it says on your transcript into the box. And that way we can go through and we can see what your classes you're taking from your freshman, sophomore, and junior years. And then when you're admitted to BYU, we will get an official transcript at that point, and we will match them. So make sure that they match, because that could lead to an awkward conversation. But that's how you do the self-reporting transcripts. Make sure that if your school grades with pluses and minuses, you put the pluses and minuses. If your school doesn't grade with pluses and minuses, don't add them. Don't say, oh, it was a B, but really it was a B plus. Just keep it with a B, just exactly what it says. All right, last tip, start early. The application is open. It opened the end of August, and we do have a priority deadline of November 1st. This will help give you extra consideration for your application. The final deadline, if you can't meet the November 1st, is December 16th. So if the very least, make sure you get it in by then. Just so you know, our decision day is February 17th, and that goes for all the applications we receive. So even if you submit it and you hit that November 1st deadline, we don't have any early decisions. Everybody will know on February 17th. So, true or false? Here we go.
Oh yeah, it's time.
BYU has quotas. In the chats, tell me if that is true or false. And what are we going to send?
We are going to send them, they can choose either a sweatshirt, hoodie.
A hoodie?
Man, can't get it. And a t-shirt.
A hoodie or a t-shirt. Tell me if that's true or false, that BYU has quotas. All right, and then I'm going to play a little video for you.
It's commonly thought that BYU has to accept a certain number of applicants from each state, or a certain number who have served a mission. In fact, BYU does not have quotas for any category of applicants. As a private school sponsored by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, preference is given to church members in good standing, but there are no minimums or maximums attached to students' ethnicity, where they are from, or any other category.
Okay, Levi, did we get any true or false people that got that right?
We do. We actually have a couple. So we've got, technically Jenna came in first. So we're going to send her another piece of swag.
Wow,
and then
Jenna.
Landon also came in with the right answer of false. We're going to send him some swag. And then Lauren Wadsworth.
All right. Wow.
So we're giving out three
We
pieces
got three
right
pieces
there.
of swag headed out.
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure that you send your information. Again, here's the address. Wrong way. There we go. admissions.byu.edu. And tell us where to send it to. Okay, so that one was that BYU has quotas. That's a popular one. In fact, I heard it today at a high school that BYU has to accept so many people from this school or this state. We don't have quotas. There are other BYU admissions myths out there, and we have created these videos to help answer some of these questions. So here's what the admission myths are. If you go to this youtube.com and then look for BYU admissions. You can watch all of our BYU admission myth videos. They're just a couple minutes long. There's a cute little tune that can get stuck in your head and hopefully answer some of those questions for you. Uh-oh, Levi, you have your hand up. What's going on?
It's time.
Time.
It's my favorite time.
Okay, here we go. This is Levi's show.
We're gonna do it. So it's now time for you to send in your best dad jokes to us.
Dad jokes.
Yeah. I'm a new father. Well, not a super new father.
He's a pretty new dad.
Yeah, pretty newish dad, and I need to brush up on the dad joke thing, so we'll be giving away swag to whoever can make us laugh here.
Okay, so make us laugh with your best dad joke. One of my favorite dad things, this isn't a dad joke, but when you sneeze, teach your kids to do the dab. So like, sneeze into your elbow.
You know what that was? That was a dab joke.
That was a dab joke. Oh, Levi. Oh. Okay, send us your best dad jokes and make us laugh. All right, here we go. What's life like outside of class? This is just a quick video to answer some of your questions.
It's cool to think 4 hours ago I was sitting in class, and now I'm 3,000 feet above campus. There's a ton of things that BYU students like to do outside of class, but whatever you enjoy, you can find it nearby.
I wanted to make sure I stayed involved in the community, and YSERP keeps me busy with ways to help.
BYU has a club for everything. Quidditch almost makes up for the fact that I didn't get a letter from Hogwarts.
Provo, I had no idea I'd find my new favorite band.
Okay, so as you can see, BYU is a pretty fun place. Provo has a lot happening around campus also to keep you involved. Just something that we like to mention and let you know is that even outside of class, there is a spiritual environment. So we have BYU devotionals every Tuesday at 11. Personally, it's the highlight of my week. I love being able to hear general authorities or faculty members share inspiring thoughts and just kind of give you that motivation to keep going. Also, we have nearby temples. I think we have 2 here in Provo, and I think we're up to 8 that are within an hour of campus. So lots of options. It really is a great place to be. Next question that we usually get, and we get a lot, are what are our classes like? BYU is a large school, so we have a student population, undergrad, of about 30,000. And the next question is, what is your student to teacher ratio? And it is about 21 to 1. So just remember that your first year, freshman year, as you're taking classes that are required for everyone to take, they might be a little bit larger, but the more that you move into your major, those class sizes will get smaller and more intimate. Next, we like to point out that we are a research university. This means that we require our faculty to continually be doing research in their field of study. What does that mean for you, and why do we bring that up is that with that student population of 30,000, we have lots of opportunities for students to get research as an undergraduate student. That's something that most universities aren't able to offer, and we're really proud of that. that it's also possible due to President Worthen's Inspiring Learning initiative that he launched in 2016, and it continues to grow and become a great opportunity for our students. Here's another video for President Worthen talking about this initiative.
Every day, the Brigham Young University campus is alive with the perpetual motion and creative energy of students. We want students here to have every opportunity to succeed and to be inspired in their life's work. We recognize that education doesn't always take place in a classroom or even on a campus. Hands-on experiences help students to gain perspective and to become excited about learning. We're making an increased investment in students with an Inspiring Learning initiative. It encompasses many things: mentoring, experiential learning, and innovative teaching. I hope we inspire our students to learn, and I hope that learning leads to inspiration. Here are some ways that Inspiring Learning is changing the lives of students.
My story begins with an avocado. When the BYU competition was introduced, they told us about these small-scale farmers throughout South America that don't have the means to export fruits internationally.
So what Fairtrasa does is they actually go in and they teach these farmers how to farm in a way that allows them to meet international standards.
In the first 30 days of our internship, we lived in 13 different places. And we were interviewing farmers, writing surveys, looking through data charts. We don't need to be in the spotlight necessarily, but we do need to be making an impact with the talents we've been blessed with.
Study abroad can offer a lot more than just language acquisition. The love of the people and food and culture and music even. Once a week I would go and teach refugees English. I was selected as one of the winners for the Many Languages One World competition. I got to go to New York and speak at the UN.
They say that journalism is history's first rough draft. And being at the nation's capital on election night was like seeing history unfold up close. You can't become a good journalist sitting in a classroom. You have to be out in the field.
When I was a freshman, I got involved with freshman mentorships for women. And I worked on this origami solar array with a PhD student, Shannon. And the idea is that it would fold up and fit inside of a rocket and then deploy once it got into space.
What an incredible opportunity for students to work with world-class faculty from colleges all across campus. These collaborations energize and transform the BYU student experience, and they spark innovative thinking and creativity for both students and faculty.
All right, Levi, I think we have some dad jokes.
We do.
Okay, do you want to read me the top couple?
Yeah, we've got a few here. So Jonah Hokanson, did you hear about the restaurant on the moon?
No.
Great food, no atmosphere.
No atmosphere.
Heyo.
Yeah.
Heyo. We've got another one, Liz Novakovic. That's a fun name. Novakovic.
We're probably saying that wrong, and I'm so
sorry.
sorry.
Or Liz.
Liz.
I don't trust stairs because they are always up to something.
Oh, we had that one.
Another
did we?
Oh, man. Okay, and now these two are going to be our winners.
Okay, here we go.
Because I feel they're appropriate. Lauren Wadsworth, what did the skeleton ride to the hockey game?
I don't know.
A Zamboni.
A Zamboni.
Zamboni.
Yes.
And then Robert and Anne Gray. It was so cold outside, I saw a robin dipping his worm in hot chocolate. And I think that's pertinent for us and Alaska.
And for you.
So.
I don't know what the temperatures are like right now in Anchorage, but we feel like it's cold down here. And I shouldn't complain because we're still probably in the 40s. But
yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for your dad jokes. Thanks for making us laugh. Send us your information to there we go, admissions@byu.edu. There's the email address. All right. Next question. What is your housing like? So we have our resident freshman in the room with us, Abby. She is currently living at Heritage. So let me pull this up. So we have 3 options for on-campus housing: Heritage Halls, Helaman Halls, and YView Park. Heritage Halls is probably our most popular, and that is apartment style dormitory with six. There's usually about 6 people that live in a room. You have your living room and you have a kitchen. And Abby's going to tell us what her favorite part is about living at Heritage Halls.
I'm like all nervous. I have to be on camera. My favorite part is just it's super social, and you just make friends with everyone around you. And so there's always something going on. There's always activities and stuff like that. So living on campus is so much fun. You're always hanging out with new people and meeting new people. So it's definitely worth it.
Very nice. Cool.
I just also want to point out in this view, I'm realizing, can you guys all see that Abby's standing on two boxes? She's
Down
not
here.
actually 12 feet tall.
Yeah.
5 feet. You know we're getting there.
We had to prop her up quite a bit so that she could help with the cameras. So on-campus housing is a great way to get to know people. Like Abby said, be social. There's always lots of activities going on. That's Heritage Halls. The next one's Helaman Halls. Same activities and experiences, slightly different living accommodations. So this is your traditional dormitory style apartment. You'll have the 2 beds and dressers and a desk, and then that's about it. So there's no kitchen, which means that you are required to have a meal plan, which if you still rely on mom and dad to help boil water, that might be a better option for you for your freshman year. The last one that we have is YView Park, and this one is a 19 and older community, and it has single housing for men and women, but then it also has married housing. So those are the on-campus housing options. And then off-campus, we have lots of options. So we have, within about a mile or so of campus, there are many different off-campus housing complexes. And as long as they have a BYU contract, then you are welcome to live there. So lots of different options. We do encourage freshmen to live on campus just so you can have that experience and that social activities. But you are welcome to live off campus. It's not required.
Bonus points if you can actually score a contract in that house that's featured on that picture there. I have no idea where that is, but that would be cool.
There you go. I don't know where that house is
If anyone of you ever
either.
ends up living in that house, please send it to our email.
Let Levi know.
That would be cool.
Okay. All right. The next question that we get, and this one is a big one, especially for mom and dads that may be watching, is how do I pay for school? So let me just throw a couple of numbers up there for you. First is our current BYU tuition is just shy of $3,000 a semester. And you might look at that number and think, wow, that's so much money. But let me show you how that's actually a very affordable price. So the average public tuition in the United States right now is just under $4,600 a semester. And BYU is a private school, and the average private tuition is a little over $15,000 a semester. So for being a private school, we are very proud that we are able to keep our tuition rates low because we are sponsored by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. But this year, Wall Street Journal and Forbes did name us #1 in the nation. Ooh. So we, for the academic value that you get and for the price, it is a great option. There are ways to help pay for that cost though, and let's talk about that. So the first one is the FAFSA, and if you think I just stuttered, I didn't. That's actually what it's called. It is a free application that the federal government puts out to help fund your schooling. All you need to do is go to FAFSA.gov. We encourage everyone to apply for the FAFSA. Next are the BYU scholarships. So at the end of the application, it's a separate application from your admissions application, but there is a BYU scholarship application. It's one scholarship application that applies to every scholarship at BYU, not just the academic scholarships. So make sure you take the time and fill that out. The last one is a third party. It's Scholarship Universe. So there you go, byu.scholarshipuniverse.com. And again, it's one application, but there are lots of third-party scholarships that are vetted, and we encourage you to apply for those also. This last one is something that everyone is eligible for. It is the WORK scholarship. So hopefully you guys all got a chuckle out of that. There are 50% of our students that are employed on campus, and we have just over 15,000 student jobs. And it may not be a glamorous job, but that is how we keep our campus beautiful. There are lots of jobs in the dining facilities, and so if you call your mom and dad and just say, I can't find a job, they might know that you're not telling the truth, because there are lots of opportunities to work while you're here at school. Levi.
I'm interested in hearing what their jobs are right now, if anyone thinks they have the funnest job, the weirdest job. I ask because usually as I talk with high school students, they usually have some weird job. My brother was like a beekeeper, but no one actually taught him how to be a beekeeper, so led to a lot of really funny stories.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Did he get stung a lot?
Yeah. I mean, just weird things of bees in the bee suit because no one taught him how to
actually do it.
Zip the bees.
All right, so let's hear it. What are your jobs right now? Are any of you working right now? And what are the weirdest things that you have to do, or the most fun things that you get to do? Yeah, let's hear about it. Okay, but that's always a great option too, to help pay for schooling, and start saving now. That's always a great tip. Okay, if you're planning on serving a mission, raise your hand. Okay, I can't actually see you, so hopefully everyone else is laughing at you in the room. But if you are planning on serving a mission, BYU loves missionaries. We encourage you to serve missions, and we have tried to make this process as slick as possible and as easy for you. So what we encourage you to do is to apply with your senior class. So you're already in that mindset. Everyone else is in that same boat, and go ahead and apply right now. As soon as you receive your mission call, you go to this website, deferment.byu.edu, and you can put in the dates of when you will be leaving on your mission, then when you'll be returning, and as soon as you get back from school, you are eligible to enroll for classes. So that also goes for if something happens, you come home earlier than you expected, you get sick, you get injured, whatever the situation may be, you can edit that date of return, and then you can start classes that next semester. So apply with your graduating class, and then defer online after you get your mission call. Levi.
We have somebody.
We have someone that's talking to us.
Yeah, we're gonna give him swag. Bryn Steiner.
Okay, Bryn.
It's a trampoline park cashier.
Trampoline park cashier.
I mean, trampolines bring a lot of joy to people.
Yeah.
So.
I'm like, that would be fun if you get to actually go on the trampolines.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. Okay. All right, Bryn, send us your information. Here we go, admissions@byu.edu, and tell us what you'd like that you want us to send to you and where to send it. All right, just to finish up, let's see, we've got some deadlines. So just to recap, we have the application deadline. So the first one is the priority deadline, November 1st. That's the day that we hopefully are all shooting for. Remember, that does give you extra consideration for your application, and the final deadline of December 16th. How do you apply? Go to apply.byu.edu and follow the steps. The next step is to take a tour. If you happen to be in Provo, make sure you stop by, and we have some tours available. I actually manage the tours, so those are my student employees that are great, and they hopefully will be able to give you a great experience, show you around campus, and answer any more questions that you might have. To schedule that, just go to tours.byu.edu. Okay, Levi, you have a question?
Well, Bryn Steiner let us know she jumps for free.
Oh, see, there you go.
And so I guess really the most important question is there free passes for 2, say, admissions officers
Yeah.
to jump? Because the next time we happen to be by the Alaska
Yes.
trampoline park,
Can you get us in?
yeah, I'm sure we can find it. Alaska's a big state, but we're,
It's a very big state. Do you know it's the largest state?
large, yeah.
Yeah.
But we can find a trampoline
We'll find
park.
it. We'll look you up.
We're very adept.
Okay, let us know if you can get us in. All right, here we go. Useful websites. Here's some things. Take a screenshot of this page if you need to. If you want more information about admissions, admissions.byu.edu, financial aid, majors, all of your questions about AP classes or IB, just go to apib.byu.edu. There you go. Also, admissions is on social media. You may not think we're super fun. We like to think that we're kind of fun though. And look us up. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And then last but not least, I am your rep. So there's my email and information. If you have questions, if you're working on your application and you run into a problem, shoot me an email. I'd love to I'd be happy to help you in any way that I can. Also let me know if you're coming to the area and you'd like to meet with me. My office right now is in the Hinckley Center. It's on the 2nd floor, so right where we take the tours. It's in the alumni building. So you're welcome to stop by. I love to have visitors, and shoot me an email. Let me know that you're coming. And that's the end of our presentation tonight. If you have been a winner, hopefully you have sent us an email and we'll get that stuff out to you. I know there were some conflicts, and hopefully some of you are watching later, and I hope that your choir concert went well, and hopefully we will hear from all of you soon. Good luck with your applications and have a great evening.
Yay!
Yay!